Let's talk about forks, kind of the unsung hero of mountain biking, really. A good fork can make all the difference in a ride. You upgrade the fork, especially from a big box factory fork. Now, this is one of the better ones. This is off of a Schwinn, I think one of the Axims this came on. A big improvement over what you usually get on a big box mountain bike. Of course, now we're getting Suntour XCM forks on some of our decent big box mountain bikes. So even one of these budget forks can be fun on an entry-level mountain bike. But if you start upgrading a fork, well, the ride can greatly improve. And a popular upgrade is one of these budget air forks. This is a Bucklos, I think a Bucklos XM, you never really know. It's just a bunch of stickers. There are similar brands. I think most of them are kind of the same fork. But these will make a vast improvement, especially the air fork over a coil fork, for not a lot of dollar and really improve the ride. Might not be familiar with this name, but you're going to know the name of this one. This is a Suntour. You just have to trust me, this is a Sun... Oh, wait a minute. Didn't Suntour send me stickers specifically for this fork? Yes, they did. There we go. Now it's officially a Suntour. I actually have an entire sticker sheet that I could do this out, all the good stickers. But I'm going to go with this for right now because this is just a setup. What I'm trying to get to here is there are multiple different brands, different types of forks. But the common ones that you'll encounter are an SR Suntour and all their flavors, RockShox and all their different varieties like this Revelation that I have on Project Ledge. There's Fox. I don't have a Fox, so just pretend this D&M is representative of a Fox fork. And I couldn't talk about forks without talking about one of my favorites, Marzocchi. I use a Bomber Z2 on my e-mountain bike, my custom e-mountain bike. It's even head badged with the Marzocchi sticker. Good stuff. Little M here on the front. I don't know if you can see it, but that kind of makes an M. Good stuff. Really, all of these are good forks. But the thing with forks is most forks you'll notice have kind of a similar setup. So much so that if I were to take graphics off of all of these and walk you up to a bike and stand you 5 feet away, the average rider wouldn't be able to tell you what brand any particular fork is unless there's something really unique about it. Seriously, if we took this SR Suntour fork that I've now just put a sticker on and would really need to remove for this section, oh, there we go, the other side. If you take this and the average mountain bike rider and ask them, what brand is this? Or just told them, hey, check out my new RockShox fork, and they're a few feet away looking at it from side view, they're probably not gonna know if this is a RockShox, if it's an SR Suntour. And I know I'm overgeneralizing, but I'm talking about just the average mountain bike rider. I know if you're a serious rider, you can start spotting things about arches and crowns and things like that. But in general, most forks have kind of the same layout. We'll just look past the steer tube. There's the crown, there's the arch, there's the stanchions, and then the lower tubes. And this being a coil fork, there are coils in here. This was an air fork like, well, all of these, there's an air chamber that does the suspensioning for you. But overall, most forks have this kind of layout. Specifically, they have an arch here on the front. And by no means am I saying that just the brands I've presented or the brands that I've mentioned are the only brands. There's RST, I'm going blank on any of the others, but there are a lot of fork brands. But there's one that is so unique that when it is seen, either people don't know what it is and they think it's on backwards, or they can instantly identify it. It's another M, but it's not Marzocchi, it's Manitou. A fork that I've had in the box for over 2 years. It's been in the box for 2 years for a couple of reasons. The first of which is the bike that I finally got around to upgrading, at least fork-wise, that I was gonna put this on. Well, the frame cracked, so that was a no-go. The second thing is the reason that I held off just in general with this fork, because the second this is put on a bike, and I'm about to use it, so mark my words, when you see this on a project bike, someone is gonna say, your fork's on backwards. It's a guarantee. Why would they say that? Well, let me show you. Now, I don't know that this is every Manitou, but it's every one I've ever owned or encountered. Let me just get this out of the pack. Ooh, look at this sticker pack. How nice is that? This away and pull this out. It's a beautiful fork. I thought this was burgundy for some reason in my mind, but it's black. That's even better. But as I pull the packaging off here and I set this, wait a minute, I'm holding it backwards. Oh wait, no, there's the brake mount. There's a line. Wait, what's going on here? The Manitou's made backwards. The arch is on the back side. That's just a Manitou thing. The Manitou Mark IV. This is not the front of the Manitou where it would line up perfectly with all of these other forks. This is actually the back of the Manitou, so it would sit like this. So you see now why people would say, hey, your fork's on backwards. That looks backwards, does it not? Well, it is not. That is proper for a Manitou, and supposedly it's even stronger than the traditional design. An otherwise beautiful, beautiful fork and lightweight, an air fork. This is good stuff. Manitou, look at that. Anodized, and I can't believe I've held on to it for this long, but I'm gonna put it to use. I can guarantee you that as soon as I use this, when I put it on the build that I'm about to put it on, someone is not gonna have seen this video and they're gonna go, you idiot, you have your fork on backwards, but you will know better because either A, you knew what Manitou is and knew their classic design here, or, well, their unique design. I don't want to call it classic. I'll definitely call it unique. And or if you didn't know this existed, you know now because of this video, but just wait. Someone's gonna say, your fork's on backwards. I've encountered bikes with backwards forks before many, many times. Used to go to big box stores and see it all the time. I haven't seen it in a big box store in quite a while, so that's a good thing. But if they had Manitous, I would know they're not backwards. They're just special. Unique. Manitou, unique. Mark IV, unique. So there you go. Now you know, not all forks are made the same way. Some are unique and have advantages because of their uniqueness, at least on paper. And after having used them for years, I can tell you, they're good stuff. Hey, wait a minute. I think it was one of the Mongoose bikes that I reviewed that had a burgundy Manitou on it. Maybe that's why I thought this was burgundy, but hey, I'll go with this black. It's going to work better with the build. Might even free me up to use it on a different build that I think this would be even better suited for. You'll find out soon, but now you know the story and the saga of the what will be claimed as a backwards fork. Nope, not backwards, just Manitou. And now you know. Did you know? I'm curious. Comment below if you knew Manitou existed and that the reverse arch was a thing. Isn't there another brand or two that has used a reverse arch on a fork? If you know, comment below with that. If you use any of these other forks, let me know. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and subscribe if you haven't already. Thumbs up this video, it helps the channel. And this goes out to all those people that say it's not a mountain bike without a tapered headset. Well, here you go, a Mongoose with a taper. And stuffed into that headset's a tapered fork, a Manitou Marvel Pro Air Fork, 120 millimeters of travel, a remote lockout, and a through axle.